Hey guys, Tyro here, bringing you a 2v2 today. We are on Stadtschutt. I don't think I've cast a game on this map yet. Today, spawning in the south, we have Theodosios as the US forces, who is straight away locked in airborne. Teaming up with him is his long-time partner, Thanatos. Playing the Soviets, who has armored assault, guard motor, and advanced warfare. I'm sure these two are practicing for the Ultimate Team tournament, which is coming up soon, in which they are participating. They currently rank 3 allied range team. Facing off against them in the north, we have Pit66 as the OKW, who has breakthrough, Luftwaffe ground forces, and special operations. Teaming up with him is Sully, who has Luftwaffe ground forces, special operations, and fortifications. Pretty unconventional to see double OKW these days. These guys currently rank, I think, 15 or so, Axis range team. So we should be in for a cracking match. Range these medics to secure the VP just before getting forced away by Stern Pioneers. Got a triple con start for Thanatos. The fact that he had to retreat this common engineer means he doesn't have to go for another conscript now. Could build his tech and maybe make a maxim or two. It's quite a convenient retreat timing. Actually seeing double Stern Pioneers on this map from Sully, which is very interesting. Quite a good map for it. Quite a reasonably urban, a few close range engagements. I think the reason why I haven't covered it is because it's quite often vetoed. And, I personally don't really like it that much, but Stern Pioneers will probably perform alright on this map. So apart from taking that engagement over there. No wipes yet. Extended fighting in the middle. Didn't actually see him. Well, we did see him get his tech down. Could be building his maxim right now. I think he's trying to sneak the squad around the side of those Stern Pioneers to get some caps going. But Thanatos getting overwhelmed in the middle here. This is a large army. Needs some support from his ally, who's got basically all his squads on the other side right now. He's getting massively overwhelmed by this OKW push. This double Stern Pioneers shredding here. Oh, is he going to get the kill? Oh, he does! Right at the base door. Puts down a mine, doubly fast as well. Just hoping to catch a M3 or something, but I'm not going to be seeing that. It's also not that bad of an idea, you know. The squad's going to run over it straight away, lose 2 models. They're going to have a harder time pushing back onto the map. But they've secured the cutoff right outside the base here. So things looking very grim. The allies, the Axis got off to a really strong start here. I think Theodosios needs to rotate his riflemen to the center earlier.
T-34-85 tanks are now ready for use. Use them to crush the Huns. Our T-34s have been outfitted with 85mm guns.
And I think this is the first time, I've been talking about it many times, but the first time we're going to be seeing the marked vehicle P47 combo. I don't think I've covered it yet, even though I've mentioned it many times.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Let's see how they get on. Do see Lieutenant and 50 cal from Theodosios. course, going for this commander. You can always paradrop in the M1, but it does of course require you to get to 4 command points, which it's usually like it's not too late, right? Because you know the Puma comes in at 5 CPs as a emergency call-in, so you know coming at 4 CPs generally gives a bit of time for the image-like vehicle to do some damage, but not so much that you would lose the game. G34 in the centre now. More shoe mines going down for Pit66. He's really liking those shoe mines. G34 though is going to be heavily outgunned by both the Maxim and the 50 cal. Even with the recent damage buff. But the Allies have at least resecured their cutoff. They've got the fuel coming in. About to... There it goes. Got the munitions now as well, so... They are getting themselves back onto the map. We have one medic, one mechanized. We should probably have seen a light vehicle here from Sully, but he actually hasn't gone for it yet. Which is very strange. Oh, he's going... Whoa, he's going straight for a walking Stuka. I have not seen that before. Never seen somebody start construction on their walking Stuka 7 minutes into the game. A novel approach. The problem is though, they're going to be up against this AA half-track. And they're not going to have like a Puma or Lutz to chase it away. The Stuka will be helpful against, you know, the Maxims, the 50 cal, but got to make sure they don't lose too much territory to the AA half-track in the meantime.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points. Weapon rack is now accessible.
And here comes a half-track chasing away all of these squads. And the Axis are losing quite a lot of territory here, as I was saying. Maxim overwhelming the MG34. Must be aimed at this, right? Oh, direct hit! Completely annihilates the crew there. Good start for the walking Stuka. That's got to be probably halfway to V1 now. Yep, just off that one barrage. Hey, half-track in here doing some damage though. In those situations you might want to wait until your Raketin is ready to come out with you, otherwise you're just going to be retreating pointlessly. No STGs for Sully either. Bit of munitions in the bank. Could now maneuver that Maxim though. Double Maxims from Thanatos. Did actually lose the conscript earlier, so he's, you know, he had a bit more room in his army. Tier 3 just completed for Thanatos. Very good timings on that, as you can see. He could start his T70 immediately. He's really on top of his tech timings this game. No, he doesn't have to go for the T70, of course. He could go straight for tier 4, straight for a T34. Super perhaps. Maybe the squad's on the central VP. Collects the team weapon as well, so another good barrage there, well placed. 10 kills now.
Supply half-track is ready for orders.
That was kind of a good barrage, you know, it could hit both squads near the VP and the machine gun in the back lines. Very well placed barrage. And the Stuka there. I think that the Axis could probably do with is an infantry support gun somewhere in the middle, because the Allies keep hiding behind these heavy cover positions, and Stuka, oh, so it's good against that kind of stuff. It can't apply that constant pressure. Ooh, combat engineers go down that retreat. So they seem to be having trouble, and it seems like on this side of the map there's a lot more heavy cover than on the other side. It just feels like it. Maybe it doesn't look like that, but it kind of feels like these cover positions are slightly better. I suppose they did go and with those sandbags there as well.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
They do have the IR searchlight though, so that's going to be helping find those walking Stuka targets, even if they don't have direct line of sight. Both of them putting down their tier 4 basically simultaneously here. Close to their base, but still out on the field. However, they're probably not expecting, you know, big off-map strikes. No, I don't remember what Thanatos had. He might have had mechanized support, so maybe the ISU 52 was a possibility. Whoa! Oh, I might have missed that completely, but the hey, half-track goes down to double Raketans there. Nice work. I was too busy focused on the walking Stuka barrage. There's a good pickup there. He's para-dropping in a paratroopers, in fact. Notice the Allies have not got anti-tank guns yet, because you know haven't faced any light vehicles yet. No point in having them and taxing your supply. Of course, there's their light AT in the form of guards, so they're not going to get completely bullied off the map. D34 gets overwhelmed by the two squads there. Probably still would have lost to the Maxim anyway. Maxim's very good at those machine gun on machine gun fights. Fighting whilst suppressed. Now the Maxim's getting flanked and forced away. Both teams getting onto their opponent's resources. Oh, but he leaves just before neutralizing. Looks like he doesn't have the LMG upgrade on that squad of guards yet, so the anti-infantry is not super strong. I mean, the guards this time much harder to hit, and well evaded by Thanatos. a lot of US forces here. Perhaps about to push into the center, which is not very well defended. No machine guns here. Oh, but here comes the first Panzer IV for Pit 66. He went for the battle group HQ, so I didn't spend his fuel on much so far, so he's been able to get that fast Panzer IV out, and this is where they will need an anti-tank gun, and basically as soon as E4 shows its face, if he paradrop one in. Back here, rear echelons crew it. Theodosios right on top of that. Overs and Fallschirmjäger making good progress here on the right. So it feels like Pit 66 is going to struggle against all this US infantry in the center though. It's well supported by that anti-tank gun. It's also got bazookas on its REs, which are making their way back onto the field after having to reinforce after crewing that team weapon. Now, after that, after his Panzer IV, he goes for the flak half track. So not before, he goes for it afterwards. Shows that they probably have quite a lot of experience in this match, and despite having, you know, 2 tier 4 tech structures available for anti-aircraft, still want the A half track. Almost takes that out and hits Viet 1 with that barrage.
Hold position! Hold position! Objective secured! Hostile fire! Hostile fire!
Oh. But there's the first T-34-85. Scripts at Vet 3 here, quite strong.
Ready! Receiving enemy fire!
Now that, you know, we've got a bit of medium armor on the field, quite a few support weapons, it's going to be hard to go for those deep flanks and pushes. We're actually quite far forwards here.
Enemy attacking!
We've got a valiant assault. Fallschirmjäger trying to flank around here. Ends up decrewing that MG anyway.
Hands up here, ready for action.
Ready to deploy!
That was a shocking walking Stuka barrage, way off target. This Panzer IV, I feel, got off to a pretty good start. I think it's been penetrated once yet. It's been constantly harassing, nearly Vet 1 already. Whereas the T-34-85, you know, took the first shot from the Panzer IV and then also took some Raketen fire before and hasn't been up to much. But we do have a Jackson now. And that that is quite scary. For the Panzer IVs. Oh, have we got a howitzer? No. There's major artillery. Doesn't quite have line of sight on the Jackson there. Can get a return fire in. Jackson trying to be careful here. Doesn't want to get flanked by the Panzer IV, but Panzer IV also not very well supported, so not going to make a push. Repositions, hoping to bait the Jackson back in here and get a shot on it. And here's the first Katyusha barrage targeting all these team weapons in the center. And hasn't done too much so far. We've got a single model kill there, so let's start for the Katyusha. Oh, there we go. Stuki gets another wipe onto that, and he actually destroys it, so it can't be stolen. Wow. I remember it wasn't so long ago that you couldn't even target the 50 cal. To kill it, attack ground it. Many times. Is that squad down? Combination is down? I think it was. Still, the Allies are kind of threatening to push over here. Axis struggling to hold on to double VPs. And Allies making a push onto the fuel now. We've got assault artillery coming in on a largely unoccupied sector. Might be able to catch some of these squads as they come out onto the field, though. So he's got the pathfinders there for extra sight. That's how he could see Panzer IV on the back lines there. So he took down a mine, but not a very successful sector to be doing that artillery in. Nexus do seem to be getting pushed back. Oh, that was a really good walking Stuka barrage. That thing's at Vet 2 now. It's when it's got both of its cooldown bonuses, so it's exactly what he wanted. And he's making a push in now. All that infantry having to retreat. It's called in the airborne assault. So the tank has to get out of there. Oh man, that came in just in the nick of time. Can he clear out the Maxim? Stop it from being treated to base, and he does. So nice use of the airborne assault there by Sully. Really good timing on it. He should now follow up and kill the weapon, but Katyusha coming in on the center. Well, some major artillery, I believe. We've got two injured tanks here from Pit 66. Not enough repairs. He's actually going for another truck, so maybe he's going to make his mechanized truck just so he can get some more repairs going without it cutting into his army size, which is already close to the limit. And he actually ends up stealing that Maxim. And yeah, you can see how quickly that Stuka is firing. Now it's hit Vet 2. It's going to cause the Allies all sorts of headaches. We've actually got a Scot coming in for Theodosios now. Probably going to be very effective in the centre of the map. Thanatos has been bleeding a tremendous amount of manpower. Look at all these Soviet corpses over here. So he's actually nowhere near the amount of manpower for another vehicle, especially once he reinforces all of this. He actually rebuilt Maxim, I believe, after losing this one over here.
Supply sector under attack.
Man, I think my artillery Panzer force go that well. Seems to be penetrating that 85 basically every time. We've actually got a Rakin that sneaked into the back lines, hoping to ambush the T-34-85. Didn't quite work out, but it was a good idea. Oh, another good hit with the walking Stuka. He said really good showing with that so far. 37 kills. Remember, he went for that first. No light vehicle. Just straight into the walking Stuka, and it's really paying off here. The early Vet 2 making a huge impact on the game. And there was a period where the Allies were looking strong, but now it seems to be the Axis. You know, they're ahead in army supplies, especially Thanatos has been suffering a lot of bleed. And the Katyusha just hasn't been doing as nearly as well. This is his third barrage now, I think, and he's only got 2 kills on it. Whereas the walking Stuka's going off. Okay, both Rakitans were forced away in the middle. Oh, valiant assault here from Sully. There he goes. Now his force bouncing a little bit. Maxim sets up. That's an MG34. I was like, whoa, that cone of fire is too big for the Maxim. So for another T-34-85, so no Su-85, which is a bit surprising. Now we've got a Jagdpanzer here for Sully. Oh, I wonder if we're going to see a change. Oh man, this could be a double wipe. One goes down. Is he going to continue the chase? Oh, he gets them both! 2 squads down for Pit66. That is costly. He instantly replaces them. Panzer Fusilier, but ouch. Oh man, that's a good Stuka barrage. He's got the IR searchlight. The early one died, and he's He's rebuilt it, and it's helping these walking Stuka barrages find their mark. That was a really good one. And the P-47 rockets. We have the flat half track there, remember? It's in their danger zone though. But look at that. They both activate their HQs with the AA mode. Shoot down one of the planes instantly. The other one goes down shortly thereafter. Really minimizing the impact with the strong amounts of AA. Oh, marked vehicle. T-3485s want to get the kill here. The Agpanes are rotating down now to support the fight. This one's buttoned. The T-3485s have to get out of there. The Maxim went down over here though. Did it? Oh no, got away. Oh, that assault artillery got a squad. And the Axis are looking strong here. Why look how far ahead in supply they are. They are way ahead. I feel like Thanatos' constant pushes onto this right hand side are just not working out. But by the same token, do you want to try focus both of your team's units into the center and make their walking Stuka even more effective? It's tough, but I feel like Thanatos is just having no luck on the right hand side. Really good defense from Sully. And those Obers are only going to, get better and better. Just hit Vet 2. They get their big bonuses. 40% accuracy, 25% weapon cooldown. Still pretty close in terms of VPs though, 245 to 305. Still anyone's game. A lot of blows being exchanged here between these tank destroyers. Pathfinder's providing some nice line of sight. Now that Jackson gets some long range hits in. No, assault activated again. He's making really good use of that. Blitzing away to safety. Richie Sherman doing a really good job on the left hand flank, stopping any squads from trying to harass over there. Enough munitions now for another P-47 rocket strafe. And has been Theodosios taking the brunt of the blows recently. His infantry is looking quite slim. He's lost his earlier squad of vetted up Pathfinders. Stuka narrowly missing. It looks like we're about to see a rather large fight in the center. We have most of the vehicles here, most of the anti-tank guns here. Looks like we're about to see some action. Here comes the first T-3485. But it's going to have to beat a hasty retreat Jagdpanzers going to town. I don't think they knew about this one that was in the cautious movement. Camouflage. Continuing to barrage away in the center with that Chusha. It's up to 3 kills now. Better than 2. But it's really had a bad start to this match. It's probably to the credit of the Axis though. They're not clumping too much for that Stuka. I mean for that Chusha, but Stuka now takes out M1, which had that one. It's charging into the middle, trying to get an anti-tank grenade on the P4, perhaps to try and knock it out. Allies in control of the 2 VPs though at the moment. Pit66 has lost a little bit of infantry, but he's actually floating quite a lot now. It makes me wonder if he's going to go for a King Tiger. Or perhaps the Jag Tiger. He has both options available. He's got all of his tech. I do worry about the Jag Tiger on this map, but it seems like, you know, a lot of those shot blockers are starting to be destroyed. Oh man. Oh, and that squad ends up getting wiped on retreat by the walking Stuka. That walking Stuka has been so nasty. Walking Stuka first vehicle. Old strategy, and it's worked out so well. 52 kills. Really aided by this strong start to the match. Kind of made the Allies reluctant to go for those light vehicles. So didn't really get punished for it. Okay, Katyusha does get a wipe and actually destroys that vetted up MG34, so now it's starting to do something. Battle seems to be, you know, they're kind of not contesting the side as much anymore. It just everything seems to be concentrating in the center right now with both teams. And here comes the King Tiger. The Jag Tiger, it's going to be the Kingy. Look at his army, he's got like 3 squads and then 5 vehicles. Tiger just rumbling forwards, perhaps looking at the M1 and decruise it. Pop him up vehicle on there, and in come the P47s. A lot of this armor very tightly clustered. P47's doing heavy damage to all these Axis tanks. One of them gets shot down early. Now the Allies making a push here. Jackson takes down the flak half-track. IR half-track goes down shortly thereafter. This is a lot of anti-tank, 2 Jacksons and the anti-tank gun. Going on, the Axis trying to make a push over here. Oh, he cancelled it before the Faust came out.
We've lost a squad
Oh, did you... Not sure. Oh, maybe that squad went down on retreat, no? Either way, the allies on the back of that P-47 are making some good inroads here. He's fought to Vet 4 now. Jagdpanzer Vet 2, that's when it starts to get strong. It's the bonus health making it a lot harder to kill. Look at these, we got some sneaky pathfinders deep into enemy territory here, giving them some good line of sight.
P-47 air support now available.
Look at Theodosios' army. It's kind of looking a bit like Pitt's army was. Like a couple squads and he's got 1,000,000 vehicles. These guys come away from their hiding position. Try to get a cap going. Shusha barrage getting some good damage onto that squad. This is a scary army for Theo. This is... Just look at how many vehicles he's got. If the Axis get the Jagdpanzers caught out of position, they could be in a lot of trouble. Another good Stuka barrage. 60 kills. Jagdpanzer coming forward with its cautious movement activated. A little bit of recon. Still the allies are draining out. 187, they have slowly losing the VP battle. Tiger's finally repaired, ready for some more action. We've got a bit of a maneuver going on here. Getting gets decruised. Attempts to steal it. I don't think that's going to work. Oh, maybe it will. Oh. Close though. Panzer pokes its head forwards. Jackson's also vetting up nicely though. Oh, King Tiger gets a wipe on those guards. Oh, this is tense stuff. You get the feeling that, you know, one missed micro, one good push could decide the game. Seems to go for the barrage on the Katyusha that time. Try and knock it out. Didn't quite get a direct hit though. King Tiger's taking a bit of damage from these Jacksons. I mentioned the allies can see these stern pioneers repairing but can't see the tank. It's pretty funny. Indeed, they tried to barrage where the King Tiger is, try and knock out those repairing stern pioneers. Once again, sending two squads over here to to harass this VP so he can, you know, threaten the engine damage on the Sherman. So spread out the damage from its HE rounds. Oh man, what a walking Stuka barrage! No, unless that squad of conscripts. That is going off.
The capture point is under attack.
3485 like comes forwards and then instantly gets forced away. Uh-oh, Panther gets caught out by the Jacksons. And down it goes. Oh, another squad goes down. This is turning really lethal now. 46 minutes in. A lot of wipes on both sides. Oh man, another juicy walking Stuka barrage. He has just been on fire with that thing this game. Oh, he's got a second one. That was the fresh one. He's got two of them. 66 on one, 3 on the other now.
Light vehicle destroyed.
Light vehicle destroyed. Oh, no. Oh, yes, he did. Did he kill one of the walking... Oh, he killed the unvetted walking Stuka with a Katyusha barrage. That is the effect of the most recent patch, the decrease in health to the walking Stuka. 160 instead of 320 does, you know, just needs 2 of those Katyusha rockets to get a direct hit and down it will go. Kind of similar to how we saw the walking Stuka trying to get a kill on the Katyushas earlier. Team Tiger's taking a lot of damage here. Jackson's going to try chase. Maybe not. He's gonna be more careful now about reversing it to a really safe position out of the range of those Katyushas.
The squad is back to full strength.
And he's going for a searchlight now.
Stand by, crew.
Just gonna try and make the most out of his one vetted up Stuka, and this thing, you know, will cool down really quickly. And the Allies have actually not even got that much infantry support weapons anymore. So perhaps the second walking Stuka not really that necessary right now. They are up against tanks. Once again making a push onto this VP with quite a large infantry army. Threatening the Faust.
We're losing a capture point. We've been promoted. Fight down the hatches.
Faust 1. Oh, that squad gets wiped. Paratroopers there as well. And that squad had a flamethrower as well. That's a big loss. Double Katyusha barrages into the center. Oh, just one. Here comes the second one though. Tries to go for the counter Stuka barrage, doesn't quite get them. And Nexus in control of the VPs, Allies 150 now. Still 150 left is quite a lot after 50 minutes. This is turning into a really long game. Neither team's willing to go for a game throwing push. So I feel like, oh, here comes there to answer back. Bit 3 now. COH2 is starting to rack up some kills now though. Got off to a slow start, but they're making up for lost time. It's for a third T-34-85. Jackson's doing some damage. Vet 3 and Vet 2. Going for another push onto that VP. Constant harassment here by Sully. That sector being in that position though does kind of give away when they're making their push. Allows the Sherman to rotate. Oh man, and it's getting some good hits. Might as well just give up on this push now, I think. Oh, and here comes a big march of T-34-85s pushing into the center. They're going all in for this Jagdpanzer and KT. Jackson's pushing behind this. In come the P-47s as well. Huge push by the Allies. And that is a large amount of kills. Tanks have rotated now for the Axis. Looking to get some revenge here. Oh, down goes the Panzer IV as well, trying to duke it out. T-47 still going. T-34-85 still engaging here. Jackson's not supporting here though. Jackson's very low. And now are they going to go after the TIG structure? We had the Axis airborne assault going as well. And just a little bit of damage, but doesn't get any kills. COH2 barrage trying to finish off the tech structure and does before the tank can come out. So Pit66, after losing basically all of his everything, now unable to build anything more from his tech structure. He still, you know, go for Jagd Tiger maybe, but or the King Tiger, but I mean, still. Huge push by the Allies, and I'd say it paid off, you know, that very highly rated Jagdpanzer and the King Tiger and the tech structure. Basically only for the cost of 2 T-34-85s. Vehicle on this. The Jagdpanzer's there. T-34-85 not reversing. And down it goes. Panzer IV reversing now, a bit slow, but I think he's going to get away. Jackson's still out of commission, being repaired, couldn't contribute. He's gone for another King Tiger. Oh, I don't know about this King Tiger. I thought the Jagd Tiger was the better choice, because these vetted up Jacksons, he's got a third Jackson now, are gonna eat the King Tiger for lunch. It's a bit too cumbersome. You know, maybe if his King Tiger, if we could come in with Vet 1, so we already had the blitz. Maybe it would be a little bit better against these highly mobile Jacksons, but I feel like it's just going to be constantly out of action for repairs and not really contribute too much. Yeah, and there we go, straight away, just douche, douche, douche. And just treat for repairs and basically did nothing. Uh-oh, Jagdpanzer are pushing forwards. Oh man, what's he doing with it? Here comes another P-47 rocket strafe and the Jacksons are going in. Oh, and down goes the vetted up P4. The Jackson's pushing in on the back of this. One of them runs over a mine and they decide to halt their push. They're still picking up that Vet 4, Vet 5, Panzer 4. That's a very worthy target. Theodosios is actually above his supply limit right now. He's just got so many tanks. Making use of that D crew ability. But that's why I thought the Jagdtug would be the better choice. Those Jacksons are just so nasty. This is gonna be nicely vetted up just off killing the aircraft. And look at his Pit66. His army is just so small. It's just got nothing. Especially a one tank army here. He rebuilt his tech structure. Yes, he has. More in his base. Oh no! They're salvaging something over here. Just end up getting annihilated. I don't know if that was like a blind barrage or what, but it worked out really well for him. So Axis are applying pressure to the VPs. I2 left for the Allies. Oh. I should just stop being surprised at this stage. These walking Stuka barrages are off the charts. 77 kills. Pushing forwards with his minesweepers here. Trying to clear the way. And the Axis are just so scared right now because at any time 3 Jacksons could just run up on top of their tanks and just completely ruin them, especially with the marked vehicle activated. So they're just terrified to do anything. Just like that, the King Tiger, you know, is in jeopardy of going down. Got the airborne assault coming in here. Oh, main gun destroyed. Jackson's gonna try to get the kill, and they do. P-47's doing a little bit of damage to the tanks. Nothing lethal though, and he lost that Vet 4 Jagdpanzer, almost lost the KT as well. Some heroic tank action from Theodosios, but
That's it, fellas. Knock their fucking block
really
off.
shows the
200 points left.
strength of the Jackson and the strength of P47s and 2v2s.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points. Can anyone see where that fire is coming from?
Infantry pushing forwards, trying to threaten the Faust, trying to clear the way so they can get some
Crowds are taking one of
capturing
our
going. Looks like the Axis are perhaps thinking about abandoning actually being able to fight army to army, maybe just going for a VP win, but 78 VPs is still quite a long way to go. Especially when your enemies have got such a tremendous amount of armor at their disposal. And they've also got those COH2s, both of them Vet 3 now. So they'll be popping off their barrages really quickly, making it really hard for you to use more capture. And on top of that, use your team weapons to try and counter these tanks. Oh! Scott gets a nice hit. Turns their engagement around. This King Tiger, as I said, I feel like this was the wrong choice after losing his tech structure. Hasn't contributed much, has been out of commission, requiring repairs most of his life.
Regiment advises. Infantry ready to utilize breakthrough tactics.
And without that Jagdpanzer available, Sully keeps losing the engagements on that side. Man, that Scott's getting some nice hits now. Also Vet 3 with 58 kills. It's almost rivaling the Walking Stuka. It's just, you know, been parked around the centre. There's been a lot of fighting for that central VP. It's been racking up kills. Oh! Skill plane takes out the vehicle crew on that Jackson. There was a Vet 3 vehicle crew as well. Okay, Jackson's pushing in now. Going after the KT. KT got... Oh, it gets away. Narrowly though. One more penetrating hit would have taken it out. Those COH2s is just keeping the Axis suppressed now that they're both vetted up. Activating the breakthrough to try and get them neutralized as quickly as possible. Tank battle going on over here, but a Jagdpanzer has been built. Definitely helping Sully win this engagement. And down it goes. T-3485 down. So that's a... I think that's one of the first winning engagements we've seen from the Axis in the last 10 minutes or so. They've definitely been the nail instead of the hammer. Theodosios making use of the major recon. Even this late, he's still got his major and he's using his recon planes. Just opening up some scouting information for the Katyusha perhaps. King Tiger's back up to full, but once again, it's constantly having to kite these Jacksons, just getting not much done. Sherman's going after the AA half-track. We've got the P47s coming in again. King Tiger almost has nowhere to go. He's just doesn't have anywhere to back up to. Tiger main gun destroyed. Jackson's continuing to push in. And there goes another tech structure. Just every time they've got the munitions, they make a nice push. And get a lot of damage done with it. Kintiger has narrowly survived. Why is it shooting at that? That's actually outside of the circle. I don't think he's moved it. Okay, Sully's had enough. He's going in for some revenge. Picks up one of the Jacksons. Oh, but P47's still active. Do huge damage. Completely swing that engagement around. That Sherman ended up dying though somehow. I think it did. Jackson's on the chase. Decide not to chase any further. Shusha's continuing to keep the VPs clear. Axis have been draining out quite quickly. They're close to 200 VPs up for a while there, but that is quickly evaporated. Once again, using the breakthrough though, making this neutralizer so much more quick, but using control. These Katyushas are just never ending. He just doesn't even care, he's hitting his own squads. They only do 25% damage on friendly units, so just stay in there, which does seem unfair, right? But I think it's to stop griefing. And the Allies continue in their dominance, but we do have a Jagdpanzer now for Pit. Major artillery coming in onto the Kitten. Allies have managed to kind of rebuild their infantry forces a bit, just spamming those guards. Has just been not very useful this game, I have to say.
Infantry group lost.
Axis somehow managed to secure 2 VPs, also putting pressure on the third. Try and knock out the fighting position, covering it. We've got life left and it's pretty much dead even in terms of VPs here. A lot of the Allied armor out for repairs.
We're losing a capture point.
This is going to be the end of the Major. Looks like it's finally going to bite the dust there. So no more major recon passes, no more artillery. And still, you know, maybe about 2 minutes away from another P47 rocket strike. So Axis fighting back now, you know, after they had to both of them rebuild their tech structures, which led to a big lull in their power.
A capture point is
They were unable to rebuild their Yak Panzers, but now that they've rebuilt their tech, with their Yak Panzers going again, seem to have stabilized somewhat. And probably everybody's starting to feel fatigued. This is such a long match. Might be losing a bit of their control, because this is really hard, especially for Theodosios trying to micro 110 supply almost. P4 in jeopardy. Oh man, that's definitely going to go down. He's calling in the airborne assault over here. Oh, and the Jacksons are continuing their push, going after the Jagdpanzer. It's got marked vehicle on it. One of them gets main gun destroyed, but the other one gets a kill. And these Jacksons are just swarming in. King Tiger and Jagdpanzer need to rotate, but they're not doing it. Okay, now the Jagdpanzer's getting on its way, but KT's already taken huge damage just from this Raketen here. And in comes the 85 for the flank on these two. Oh, and that is just a total annihilation of all Axis armor. Just can't stop this huge swarming blob of tanks. Just completely overwhelmed there. Generally, the answer to that kind of stuff would be a lot of mines, but you know, it's just such a dynamic game so far. There's really no time to plant the mines. On top of that, there's so much rocket artillery flying around. A lot of the mines are getting destroyed by that. And with that decisive push, I think that might be it. Axis just have nothing left. So we've got 40 on this Katyusha, 35 on the other. This bad boy's at 92. But Theodosios has got 74. Axis still gonna fight to the bitter end. Still trying to harass these VPs.
They just fell to 50 points.
Just chucking their infantry into the center now, hoping to make some inroads whilst some of that US armor is being repaired, but Shermans are still ready to fight. And the Katyushas are still going after him. Oh man. 110 supply now. Yeah. And the Axis are going to call it there. Hell of a game. My God, what a long and hard game. Things were, you know, Axis got off to a great start. Got onto the cutoff early. Allowed them to go for that early walking Stuka, which was really doing good damage early. Then, you know, the Allies start to fight back. Then the Axis, you know, Thanatos is really having trouble fighting on the right hand side, losing a lot of manpower, but then those pushes with the Jackson's, you know, the huge armor pushes, over 100 supply pushes, combined with the P47s and the marked vehicle, the Axis armor just got completely overwhelmed. And the Katyushas were just applying constant pressure to the Axis infantry and team weapons. I mean, we barely got to see much Raketen usage in the last, probably half of the game, because they were just constantly under assault from all of those Katyushas. But yeah, really well played, impressive stuff by both teams, and what a match. Well, I'll wrap on that, guys. If you'd like your game to be cast by me, details in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye, good luck.